The first skill set you need to know to become a great mixed martial arts fighter is how to punch like a boxer, not like a karate player. You know, I've been practicing karate and jiu-jitsu for 47 years, and I know how to punch like a karate fighter. I can break bricks with my hands. I can break 2 inches of wood from 1 inch away. I can drive my fingers through 2 inches of wood. I can throw a board in the air and break it in the air. I can drop a board and break it in the air. I can break the board with my left hand and my right hand at the same time. I can drive a nail through a board with my head. I can break 1 inch of wood with 1 finger. I can break 4 inches of wood with my elbows. I can jump in the air and break boards hanging over my head. I can do amazing breaking techniques and amazing karate punching techniques. But if I tried any of them in an MMA ring, I would get my butt kicked in short order. Why? Because karate punching techniques don't work in an MMA fight. They might work in the street, but they don't work in an MMA fight. And let me tell you why. In all the scenarios I spoke about above, all the board breaking and stuff I can do, I get myself psyched up. I do mental exercises, breathing exercises. And I'm sure you've seen all the great karate masters deep breathing and yelling and concentrating and getting their ki going before they break it. And a few things have to happen. The karate master must be focused and concentrated on the specific board or boards he's going to break. He must get his mind focused, and then must begin his breathing and mental focus. Then he makes his move with a loud kia and breaks the board. It's important that the boards being held by the students are held correctly and do not move or give away. They must be at the exact height and facing in the right direction. This is a great show and very impressive. And let me assure you, if your opponent in the MMA ring were to stand still with his jaw facing at you, and you were to psych up and ki and get yourself ready and hit him with that hard karate punch, you would knock him out and maybe even kill him or crack his skull. But unfortunately, he's not going to stand still. He'll be moving and he'll be attacking you while he's moving, and you're getting ready with your breathing exercises. So unless you can do your karate punches while moving, you will get your butt knocked out in an MMA ring, because karate punching techniques do not work in an MMA ring. But you say, we practice moving, we practice hitting a moving target. And I say, no you don't. You practice moving and hitting a moving target for points. Your teacher does not allow full contact, especially for the younger students. Or you won't have many students left for very long. The best way to lose your students at a karate school is to knock them unconscious in class while mom and dad are watching. You know, I've taught tens and thousands of karate students in classes over the last 47 years, and most of the time we get into these deep horse stances and punch left and right and left and right, and sometimes punch 1, 2, 3 and combinations and stuff. Then we get into deep horse stances and do shoe toes left and right and palm heels and left and right and blocks and left and right. And they're very hard and do great training. And we do calf stances and chop and all that. And sometimes we do moving punches and 1-steps forward and backwards. We punch at other students' heads as they move towards us and move away. But none of this works in an MMA ring, and none of these techniques are applicable to an MMA ring. That's why you don't see karate punches being used in an MMA ring. If you want to be a great MMA fighter, you have got to learn to work out and punch like a boxer and not a karate fighter. This is Grandmaster Ted Gambardella, and I'll see you next time with the second thing you need to know to be a great mixed martial arts fighter.